All right. Jesse, say the thing.
Hey guys, this is Riders of the Lost Sword, and this week for our non-tokusatsu podcast, we're going to be talking about the comic Next Wave. This is Isamu.
I'm Nanami-chan.
It's Andy.
And it's No-san.
It's Shigeru Joe. Remember, I always go last because I just feel like it.
I
We
will
just
remember
kinda-
that eventually.
We just kind of go in order, it seems like now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For my pick, I decided to pick one of my favorite comics that I don't think gets nearly as much love as it deserves. It's Next Wave, a 2006-2007 Marvel comic that it feels like Deadpool without being as LOL's internet random as it, but it's still pretty random and batshit insane. It follows a group of superheroes that previously never existed and hasn't ever since. It's Tabby or Boom Boom from X-Men, Elsa Bloodstone, Machine Man, Monica Rambeau, a formal Captain Marvel, and a new character, Captain Fuck, or Captain Cunt, or the Captain, or Captain Marvel he tried to call himself, Captain Proton, Captain Universe. Then he just got drunk and settled on the Captain. The story...
Go on.
The story that happens is dumb. They were hired by a group called HATE, which is totally not a joke on S.H.I.E.L.D., by their director Dirk Anger to be anti-terrorism agents. And then they found out it was an offshoot of a terrorism cell called Silent. So they stole a experimental ship that is bigger on the inside than it is on the outside, stole some intel, and decided to fuck their days up. And it pretty much gets weirder from there. Heck, the first big fight of it is against Fin Fan Foom, and to beat him, they drop Machine Man inside his stomach and have him cut out his heart, he vomits it up, and then he walks out of Fin Fan Foom's pants saying his robot brain needs beer and he wants to die. This is an amazing, weird comic.
And he's also wearing underwear, which I don't think that's usually his forte.
Fin Fan Foom usually wears like sweatshorts or some type of shorts. They just never really paid it mind since he didn't exist since like the 60s or something.
Yeah.
He used to be an Iron Man villain, and then they got past the ridiculousness, and he just disappeared until they killed him here.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of stuff brought up in this, like references to other heroes, are real people and are real characters. They're just things we forgot about because they were really dumb. Like Devil Dinosaur.
I did like Devil Dinosaur, though.
Like, I'd heard of him a few times before, and then just at the end of this, it comes out of nowhere.
There's also
MODOK.
the little baby MODOK.
Because when a MODOK and a Madam have some quiet time, this happens.
In front of a World of Warcraft screen, apparently.
The World of Warcraft server.
Okay, so that's yeah, this was a pretty good read. I really did like the characters. Machine Man is definitely the best out of them, even though he's one of those asshole characters like Rick Sanchez or some other examples, please.
Homer's kind of a shit,
Homer Simpson,
but not as endearing and funny.
Well, just the metal brain with alcohol makes me think of Bender right off the top.
Right, Bender. Who knows? That could be what he's based off of.
Heck, he's even a little bit like Tyrion Lannister, where he's really smart and he likes to get really shit-faced.
I mean, I like it when robots drink. It's just always funny to me, no matter what the context. Just like, I need beer.
I need the alcohol to actually fuel myself.
I mean, I don't know how long this has been a thing, but the earliest I've seen it was Gray from Jetman, just all drinking and smoking cigars like every chance he got.
I'm not sure, because it's a trope, but it's not a very common trope.
Yeah, I mean, Machine Man, he's hilarious. He's really just like, I don't really give a fuck, but you are all fleshy, fuck-faced weirdos.
The one, or a robot from the old Star Wars game, the Old Republic was a little bit like him, but less alcoholic, calling everyone me. HK1.
Yeah, isn't he like an assassin robot or something? Or
Yes.
Yeah. I think that was in Knights of the Old Republic 2. When you reprogrammed him, and he becomes one of your partners, he's like, query, why don't you just kill all the meat bags?
Yes, because he was a total dick. Heck, at one point with Machine Man, aliens take him to space for a full year to tell him how much of a shit he is.
And I'm guessing he comes back just not giving a fuck still.
And that's one of my favorite parts of the comic. It's just, you're a shit. No, you're not. Yes, you are. Here, people have taken you and proven to you you are a shit. And he still is a shit.
Honestly, I also really like Captain Bleep. The comic does not want to acknowledge his name.
He needs to exist again, because he's just a fun, dumb character. I
love his origin story so much.
Yeah, he's also so strong, he once slapped someone's spine out of their lungs. In his defense, he was quite extraordinarily drunk.
Yeah, and I got the list of names that he has right here. Captain Universe, Captain Ultra, Captain Avenger, Captain Avalon. He had to drop that one. Try Captain Marvel, but there's already like 8 of those. Captain Kerosene.
He was desperate with that one.
Yeah, Captain Rectitude.
Rectitude?
Yeah, Rectitude. Then he just settled for the captain, but somebody else already had that and he had paid money. So it was like almost 8.
Well, not like superheroes have never changed their names before. Heck, look at Hank Pym.
Yeah, I was just going to bring that up.
Which they've mentioned him in the comics.
Well, they mention all the Avengers except Iron Man, really.
Yeah.
Heck, how many bullshit teams do they fight that one issue?
Like 3?
3 or 4 teams of just random fake superheroes and then their own fake Avengers.
And also a kid version of the Avengers. The Young Avengers.
What were they called? Come on. Because they gave their fake Avengers had a amazingly bad name.
Wasn't it like the new Profounds or something? Or
The new Paramount.
There we go.
Their Captain America has a garbage lid shield, and he was made out of Captain America's piss from when he first transformed.
Huh.
Which is fucking hilarious.
Yes, someone had way too much fun writing that.
Yeah, it's just...
I mean...
so much fun. Not just reading it, but also looking at the pictures, and...
like, it's really good art, and just, like, the dumb shit that they fight, like drop bears.
And people in pterodactyl suits.
And whatever those one-eyed giant mushy things were.
They sort of remind me of the monster from The Day the Earth Stood Still, Gort.
Yeah.
Well, the minus ones are kind of the whole thing with Dormammu, and it's Dormammu, or...
Well, I knew the blue guy was supposed to be a joke about Dormammu.
But he like Suicide Girls and Cash.
It's like, here's 100. Okay, I want your 100 now. Bring me women.
I have 100 of the Earth dollars.
And then,
I love nonsensical villains like that.
Like, what's his name? The leader of Hate.
Dirk
Anger?
Yeah, Dirk Anger. My God, he's just all several kinds of moody.
He has got some fucking issues up in his head, too. Heck, he accidentally hangs himself in one issue, and then he's a zombie because
he killed himself by hanging.
But
he's like, no, you're not going to stop working for us just because you're dead. We're going to revive you.
That zombie chip in his brain.
Yeah. And
go ahead.
And when he got the news for just some random magical mumbo jumbo going to kill the next wave squad, he's like, "Damn, get me a case of vodka, 8 loose women, and a sunk pump stat. I don't watch TV."
It's like, I'm gonna watch TV.
Yeah, as he pushes the ice cream filled with pills away.
They're not just pills; they're hate drugs that'll make you live forever.
Okay. Yeah, it's just nonsensical all over the place.
Heck, in the second big part of the comic, they fight a fucking giant robot because giant robot. And then they find out it was a cop, and then they start beating the cop because no one likes cops.
I am the law. Give me your wallets.
I just love the fact that it's just like, oh, that Machine Man's just like, these are the most annoying meatbags. These
You're
are
the most annoying of the fleshy.
I like how the cop gets his one-uppance because that one girl was so stupid she doesn't realize he's a crooked cop. And she's just trying to be a real hero. And they're like, yeah, we're his friends. We'll take care of him.
Because she's trying to be, oh, I was part of the Avengers. This is how we did in the Avengers. And she has these dipshits next to her.
I mean, I also love Elisa Bloodstone. She just like, I'm just gonna blow shit up with guns and shoot the shit out of everything.
Or does this symbol on my chest stand for fucking America?
Yeah, in her, I guess, upbringing.
It's so nonsensical. I just love it because it's so nonsensical.
Yeah, in her Blood Madam's. Sorry, I'm getting this name wrong. I'm terrible with names. Huh?
Bloodstone?
Yeah, Bloodstone. Her upbringing that they bring up briefly is kind of tragic, I think.
It's more than slightly fucked up and brainwashed.
Yeah, her mother puts her in a cage with some kind of dragon thing at the age of, what, 1 month?
And she, breaks her little spoon and shanks it to death.
And it's like, go circumcise this giant devil thing.
Right after murdering.
Yeah.
Like, she's one of the characters that I want to read more of. I want to read her in a more serious book, but at the same time, her in comedy. Like, I'd like to see a serious take on Machine Man, but he is so fun as a guy who gives zero fucks about everything.
I mean, there's just so much funny shit in this as well. Just like, I mean, it's like trying to be serious funny. Like we have to do this, but it's also really funny at the same time.
Yeah, it's like when Captain Fuckface is trying to take out the mindless ones. He's like, I wish I had something funny to say, and just beats the crap out of them.
Or when everyone calls him stupid and he just, sits back and then take the whole fight out.
I mean, it's just like, there's so many funny moments in this series, especially because, like, all the people are basically made out of broccoli.
Yeah, they're the mooks of the series. They're, like, kelp-grown people missing half their brain and most of their organs who can barely talk.
And then we have Captain Bucketface.
I still don't get him, but it was weird.
Well, he's only in there for, like, part of one issue.
Yeah, he's legit in the series, the thing for like 4 pages, but his effects last 6 more.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing with his power, he's able to make you think that you're in another universe.
Like, send your mind to an alternate reality.
Yeah, it works on most of the team.
Except Tabby, because she's too stupid.
No, it's like she doesn't have a brain that's actually functioning. But then again, stupid is probably the simpler way of saying it.
Like, you've heard her talk. She's not very intelligent.
No,
she also speaks in TeenSpeak too.
Like,
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yep, oh my god at one point. Oh.
Boom, boom.
Click,
Tick, tick, boom.
Like, just the power of making shit explode on command is one of the funnest and dumbest power sets.
I would totally abuse that power.
Yeah.
I would too. It's so much fun. Just like, hey, guess what? Bam.
Yeah.
I don't feel like working overtime today.
I mean, there's 2 different sets. You got Taddies or you got Gambits.
Yeah. Well, Gambit kinetically charges things and they overload and go boom. Tabby just is like tick, tick, boom.
Yes, hers seems like explosive telepathy, sort of, and his is, like you were saying, it's like a tactile projection of energy. It just, like, overloads the molecular structure of an object.
I mean,
she just points and stuff goes boom.
Yeah, she just thinks it, and it explodes.
Wouldn't that just be pyrokinesis, then?
Not necessarily, because it's more
Combustionesis?
I would say pyrocombustion.
Yeah.
Well, it's still the
yeah,
kinesis part because you're doing it with your mind.
or combustion kinesis, however you would say that. That's what I was trying to say. I just fucked it up.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to just rant and be like, it's good, you should read it, but it's good, you should read it.
Well, it's Warren Ellis. That's why.
I mean, it's like a 2-hour read. I mean, even if you don't like it, you're out like, what, 2 episodes of a TV show?
Yeah. And it's almost 10-year-old book, and there's practically zero chance of it coming back. But
You can read it for free. You don't even have to buy it.
But please do buy it so you can. So
support your local comic stores.
yeah.
Now, I'm not saying pirate stuff. I'm just merely saying I found it online.
Oh, it's probably on the Marvel Unlimited app, too. I think I saw it there when I was using it from a friend. But I'd seen an internet reviewer do a review of it, and I'm like, this sounds amazing. I should buy it. So I bought it, and now I'm doing an internet review.
And I actually want to pick up a physical copy now, just because I really haven't had this much fun with a comic since the New 52 Batwoman run.
It was like $15 on Amazon when I bought it. And that was like 2 years ago almost.
Yeah, I don't expect it to be a huge cost one.
And that was the Ultimate Edition with all 12 issues.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be picking up a physical copy of this just because it's so nonsensical, random, weird shit. Drop bears falling from the sky that are also in buckets at one point.
And the guy pouring them out were crying because of how cute they were.
And also Z-listed teams that will never be seen again. Like the surgery, the vestry.
The homosexuality, who will be here right after the Pride Parade ends. And
Yeah.
then gay jokes about Captain America before Civil War. Because all the male Avengers hit on Monica. You know, Doctor Strange was like, do you have any magic in you? Do you want some? Thor referred to his hammer on. And, you know, Captain America didn't do anything. And they thought, maybe that's because he's gay. That might be why someone's always dressed up as him at a Pride Parade.
That would be interesting to see. You know, since he's no longer really that much of a hero. I mean, he's still there. He's still prevalent within the Marvel Universe, but he's not outgoing as far anymore.
Like, in the main series, I don't think it would work because of his history and how the character's written. But in a very well done alternate universe, I'd like it. Like, there's an alternate universe Wolverine that's gay and is probably the coolest version of him. He's it's like Teddy Roosevelt era, and he's an adventurer whose body is coated in the mythical god metal from Thor's world, and who's also gay. And it's just amazing.
That's a what if one or no?
That's an alternate universe for Marvel.
But it wasn't just a one shot what if though.
I don't think so. I'd heard about it a few times, and I don't know where to find it.
I'm trying to remember now, because I think Death Battle did something on that.
I know Death Battle may have mentioned it, but it was I think Comics Week was talking about alternate versions of Wolverine.
Are you talking about Old Man Logan?
No. Oh, no.
Different. Oh, Old Man Logan's way different, and I love Old Man Logan. I mean, there's so many good comic series out there. I mean, people saying that Marvel's kind of like, man, it's so weird now. They're changing all the characters. Well, they also know that the Marvel movies make a lot of their money.
A friend of mine said the Marvel main comics aren't doing as well, and DC's really kicking their ass, and DC's going cheaper, and the stories are better with Rebirth. But I want to give it a try. I'm much, much more casual with comics than he is. Heck, when I hung out with him, I was like, yeah, it's a new comic day. I need to go pick up all my... Awesome. Then I went to the comic books shop, and they had a few Ultraman figures in there, and I'm like... But they didn't have any Kamen Rider or Sentai ones, so I wasn't impressed. Although seeing Ultraman figures was nice.
And seeing anything Ultraman in a more U.S.-centered comic shop is always nice.
I would have lost my shit if I saw in a SIC or a Kamen Rider figure.
I mean, with the whole Marvel thing, they're making new heroes. They're making different things because they're eventually going to start phasing out the ones in the movies because, like, oh, Steve Rogers is no longer Captain America. Oh, let's make a new Captain America so we actually have, the resources to pull together. Oh, there's a new Iron person? Let's make her the main one now because,
Heck, kinetically in the movies, Steve Rogers, after Civil War, isn't really Captain America.
Nope, they flat out said he is not Captain America.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure if it was full on.
Yeah, that was word of God from the Russos, who wrote and directed it, and are writing and directing the next Avengers films. That he is no longer Captain America.
I'm okay with that, as long as they don't make him Nomad, or if they do, they give him a better fucking costume, which they will if they do.
I honestly love the costume that they used for Captain America in the movies just because I love Cap in general.
Yes.
I mean, I think Andy loves Cap a lot too. I mean, I
would love to see like a mainstream Avengers book this silly and random.
Oh, there was at one point. It was either the Avengers. It was like that. It was like the Dope. There's an actual villain called Doughboy back in the 70s or 80s.
What?
And he was like basically like a giant, like made of like puffy Play-Doh stuff. I have the issue somewhere.
I'll have to look that up. That sounds interesting.
I mean, it's a lot. You kind of want more of the whole Bronze Age stuff for silly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they really weren't trying to go serious, but yeah, there was an enemy that they had to fight, and it just like I can try to find a picture of it and send it to the chat. But yeah, a lot of the older comics are really nonsensical with the Avengers. Let's see, there was the Marvel Zombies is nonsensical as well.
Oh, Marvel Zombies is dumb funny. Nothing is funnier than Peter crying because he ate his wife and his aunt.
I love that. I mean, it's kind of sucks that I ate my people and everything. I ate my family, my friends.
Mm-hmm. Like heck, I'd even like it if Deadpool just brought Next Wave back for like one of his random special issues, like he did with
possible.
Yeah, he did bring back the other symbiotes that Venom spawned off.
Yeah, heck, he had his biannual and brought back Brute Force, which, if you know comics or at least know Linkara, Brute Force is one of the dumbest, funniest things to come out of Marvel ever. So,
mechanical platypus.
If they could do that, they can bring back Next Wave just for a stupid little thing. Heck, Deadpool's already done a team-up with Machine Man, which I have that comic somewhere.
Machine Man. I just... This comic is just so good. I love the art style, too. I mean, it's not rare that I actually praise an art style. Like art style is like, oh, it's supposed to be the characters, but it's like, it's so, like, colorful. Like, you don't see like a whole lot of comics actually using color, like, outside of, oh, here's an average city. Oh, here's an average place. Like, the world that they live in seems more vibrant than the mainstream Marvel Universe places.
And
yeah,
it
with all their
matches
gray.
the weird tone of the comic. Like, they got the koalas looking really cute until they opened their mouths, and there's...
Stupid flashbacks. This is why I have a metal head.
And the look on his face when he says that.
Oh.
We lost Rob.
What happened?
Yeah.
He accidentally hit OK and an update restarted his PC.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, I mean, we could definitely continue talking. And you could probably edit this out.
Yeah, it might take me a little bit, but I'll be able to just hit from right before we're like, oh no, we lost Rob until Rob comes back.
I actually found the cover image of the comic House That Dripped Dough. That's the actual title of it. It's Captain America, but like it's mostly Avengers themed, and Thor is weird because comics.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looks like he has like 20 abs.
Oh.
He's got a 20-pack.
I like the more weird and nonsensical things, but I'm not a big fan. I hate Silver.
I kind of want to read more about this particular story just because it was weird. And I actually did find this issue for like $1. I actually remember. It was back when the first Transformers movie came out. My cousins took me to see it, and I got that.
Yeah. The part that I like the most about Next Wave was the multiverse thing that they went to.
The Buckethead or whatever his name was.
And Machine Man just like, I fucking hate doing this. You're fucking yelling at me for no fucking reason, and then just fucking blows his head up. It's like, it's all like
insurance.
Well, right now, ma'am, it appears my job is listening to hurl abuse at me. No, I'm not trying to be funny.
That is every retail worker ever.
Yes, like, ugh. I mean, I've heard horror stories from the retail. Somebody tried to return a steak they had bought in 2014 this year.
Why?
Because they wanted their money back because they didn't.
He was just too late by 2 years. Yeah, the steak that I bought 2 years ago was giving me food poisoning. That was because it's 2 years old. I want my money back. Sir, you ate expired food. I want my money back.
This
retail.
Is why I can't retail. Or at least front-end retail. It's the people you have to deal with.
And Miss Bloodstone, like, in that whole multi-universe thing, I love that she's like, I'm all alone, fuck. Oh well.
Yeah, well, she's fighting off wolfmen, creatures from the Black Lagoon. I think an octopus?
This book did need more tentacles.
Next Wave 2, more tentacles.
Well, they do have a giant, half-invisible space flying state thing.
I mean, at least they don't have a villain like Animal, Vegetable, Mineral Man. That's actually his name.
What?
Animal, Vegetable, Mineral Man.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Lord, why?
Why not?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, and there's one comic, I think issue 11, yeah. It says it has Civil War on it, so readers would actually get it. But it's like not. But it says in fine print here, not part of a Marvel Comics event.
I love that.
That's just hysterical. I mean, we don't really get to see like many like, hey, guess what? We're slapping Civil War on it. But guess what? We're not actually a part of it. We're just trying to sell more comics.
I mean,
honest.
And like, it actually fits in with their theme too, of the whole nonsensical shit.
Yeah, like the upside down flying castles, and uprising the city. Yes, this was done before the Ultron movie.
I was about to bring up Ultron, that it's not that far-fetched. They did it in a movie.
You probably got it from this comic book. You know, that seems like a good idea. Let's just make it Ultron's plan to pick it up and use it as a giant meteor. Save those who have not seen Age of Ultron. That's the villain's plan. But anyway, yeah, all this stuff is just completely random, completely stupid, but it's all in good fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like bringing back old enemies from the dead, and pretty much making every hero villain from the Silver Age's C list, maybe the E list, back into the limelight.
Well, was Definitely Dinosaur even a villain? He was like part of a hero team, or like two people.
Not necessarily. I mean, there's the Badlands, which is basically where, oh, hey, look at all these prehistoric creatures that somewhat survived everything.
That's in the middle of the Antarctic.
Yep, that's kind of where he lives with Moon Boy.
But then he ate Moon Boy, and it gave him terrible rectal problems.
Yeah.
Moon Boy was mean.
Moon Boy's generally just like, I love, like, basically, like, I love you because you're my family, because that's all he basically had growing up was Devil Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I definitely want to see more of, like, the older kind of characters making returns and not. I mean, Riddler, it's just like, you haven't seen Batman for a while. Guess what? He's in the He's now fucking with the Flash.
Like, I would love to see a comic like Next Wave come out that just had returning Silver and Bronze Age villains. Just going batshit and...
Oh, that would be amazing. I mean, Next Wave, it's the perfect right candidate for folding in, like, older heroes and older villains that aren't necessarily as powerful as the mainstream heroes.
But
like Swordsman.
Or, if this were DC, Calendar Man.
I mean, Calendar Man has gotten kind of creepy, especially with the Arkham games.
Yeah. But we're talking about classic Calendar Man, where he had the calendar as a cape, or just a bunch of numbers as a cape,
I love that.
or Kite Man.
Well, Kite Man kind of is responsible for Plastic Man's origins.
And there was I really wish I could remember some of the Marvel villains that they had that were pretty low.
Oh yeah, there's the Walrus. He basically is a giant walrus person with an LGBT flag on his chest.
Why?
It was like the 60s. It's weird.
Is his theme song that Beatles song that says "The Eye of the Walrus"?
I am the walrus.
I hated that song.
That's a great song.
I could bring up. I mean, apparently he has appeared recently.
Huh.
Yeah. I can kind of tell by the art style, but yeah, I mean, he's a walrus person, and he doesn't really do much. He was a Spider-Man villain. There's also I can't remember, but it was like the Greaser Gang or something that was supposed to be like a parody in the 70s of this gangster. Can't remember exactly. It's been a while. I mean, there's a lot of weird old.
Comics are
like to see full.
Comics
back,
are weird, people. Comics are weird.
Because sometimes the only answer is because comics.
Oh, that is recent. Yeah, with the colorful W on his chest. He's just a fat man in spandex.
Yeah, Spider-Man has had a lot of weird villains. I mean, there's also Batroc the Leaper, which he's made it more into the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon quite a bit, and also apparently Gwenpool.
Batroc is in the the Winter Soldier movie. He's the guy who fights on the ship at the beginning.
Oh, just kind of weird. I mean, you don't really see the whole stereotypical French and the whole purple spandex thing. I mean,
well, they're not going to do it like that in the mainstream movies.
True. I mean,
they'll probably like spruce it up a little bit.
The movies are 6 made it accessible and less weird.
I kind of thought they took more of the Ultimate Marvel for the movies.
In some designs they did, like with the Captain America.
But
I think like
the Marvel Ultimate stuff is really stupid.
Yeah, they didn't take any of the story ideas. I think they just took more of like
Design.
if they made a newer character design and maybe like an updated history, but they kept most of like the 616.
well, I mean, we got
Stuff
Mr.
everybody
Fantastic. We got Mr. Fantastic turning into an actual villain.
I thought he died. The one that turned into a villain.
Maybe I'm not sure because I didn't finish reading Battle World. Was it?
I just thought he died in the new Secret Wars or right after that.
Yeah, Secret Wars.
Because
Yeah,
I know the current the Mr. Fantastic from Ultimate wound up becoming their Doctor Doom for dumb reasons.
I mean, there's a lot of weird, dumb heroes. I mean, there's also, the best thing to come out of the Ultimate Universe is definitely Miles Morales.
Yeah.
I mean, we even got, I do kind of like the fact that, like, both Peter Parkers, like the mainstream Peter Parker, actually gave him his blessing, and the Ultimate Peter Parker gave him his blessing. But then he's like, I cannot be a hero again. I mean, it's just like, the fact that Miles is now part of the mainstream universe, good idea. I mean, the fact that, and then we're also getting apparently crossovers with Spider-Gwen's universe now.
I honestly hate Spider-Gwen makes me throw up in my mouth.
I got better check on the flame shields.
It's the dumbest form of both Gwen's Deadpool. No, it's not Spider-Gwen. Oh, shit, I'm being a dick. It's Gwenpool I'm thinking of. I really like Spider-Gwen.
I kind of like Gwenpool now after kind of reading more about her because she basically, her whole mentality is because she actually was from like a universe much like ours, where all the heroes that are in her universe are actually just comic books. And she gets put into the universe, and she's just like
of Battle World and stuff. My problem with Gwenpool stems from the fact that it's all lols random and nothing else. Like, I like Deadpool because there's story, there is emotion, there is depth to him. Gwenpool is just the shallow top layer. And I can't stand that.
I mean, like I said, I kind of like her. I don't like necessarily. I mean, and like, oh my gosh, I love her so much. Like, I have a little bit of respect for her just because she also became friends with Batroc the Leaper at one point and actually convinced him that he is a comic book character because he has no memory prior to his first meeting with Captain America.
Oh God.
Just FYI, Rob's having trouble joining back. It's not letting him. Okay.
I think I'm back in.
Okay.
Says he can hear us.
I'm back in now. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, it was one of those things where it said, "Did you want to update?" And I'd said, "Put it back like 5 hours," and then I wasn't paying attention and got it timed out. I was like, "No, we're restarting your computer now." And I was like, "Oh, damn it!"
Oh God, no!
Well, all right, then. So, what do you think about this stuff, Rob? So far,
What exactly at this point were you talking about? Because I don't want to just.
We veered
everything
off
but
into
the
Marvel.
comic as usual.
Yeah, we talked about everything.
Well, no, I mean,
but
what do you
fucking
veered
thing.
off into recently? Because I'll talk about what you've been recently, as opposed to just going back to anything in particular.
The
I think
multiverse.
I think we
Multiverse
stopped
jumping.
talking about it when you left, and yeah, we started talking about Marvel.
Oh well, Marvel's easy to talk about. That's the easy one.
Mm-hmm.
DC's the one I know less about, but I still watch their TV shows. But that's about it.
Because their TV shows really, really good.
Yeah, they are.
Definitely
I'm so far behind.
I definitely suggest tracking down Batwoman's New 52 run, just like online or something, because it was really good. Just because it was just like, if this was a TV show, yes, I'd watch it.
Me too, except I hate Gotham, and that's all we're going to have for a couple.
I love
Yeah,
I
Gotham,
can't.
or at least
Gotham
what I've
is-
seen of it.
It's a bunch of like, hey, guess what? Look at us, we're doing shit. We're trying to create new origins for our characters, lol.
Gotham, I've been saying, give it 4 seasons, and they're going to do a time skip till they have Batman.
Yep.
If Warner Brothers lets them, because that already is like, well, yeah, but we're doing Batman in the movies. I mean, that's why they really had to fight to even get Superman for 2 episodes on Supergirl.
So
I mean, that was a huge fight to get him on.
I haven't even seen
And that
Supergirl.
mostly was because they were going on a new network, and they're like, "Oh, we'll give you the gimmick for the new network."
Like with Gotham, I like the concept. I actually like the actor that got to play Alfred. He actually does a decent job.
Doctor Who's son.
Yeah, I would say Doctor Who's son.
That man can't go wrong.
And you got, I mean, the kid they got to play a young Bruce Wayne. Not bad, but it's just like the universe they kind of created.
I like what they're doing. I like that it's sort of almost gritty, but like there's no superheroes really yet. But you know they're coming.
I think the whole Gotham thing would have been better as a mini-series or a comic book than a full-on TV.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say this, comparing it to Smallville, which is basically the same thing for Superman, just season for season, I still prefer Smallville. But I like Batman more as a character, but I think Smallville's the superior show so far.
Well, yeah, now you got Krypton coming up, too.
Oh, God.
Oh, I am excited for Krypton. Like,
let's whip this horse till it's dead.
Wait, what's happening?
They're starting.
Show.
Yeah, but it's not even going to be like Gotham, though. I mean, it's not like it's like back even further. I mean,
see, I mean, they could do something pretty cool with that. They could do like the whole Black Zero thing if they wanted to go far enough back into comic history. I mean, they've done some stuff.
They're doing a TV show based on like ancient Krypton.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
there's more there than I think doing Gotham, to be honest. Because I mean,
because you got things like Doomsday.
Well, depending on the origin of Doomsday, but yeah,
it's
well,
real.
No, Lex Luthor made it in General Zod's ship, and then it looks like a stupid troll thing. And
because that's awesome.
That Doomsday looks like what would happen if Michelangelo from the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles actually fucked and impregnated can't remember her name right now. Megan Fox.
April?
Nope, I'm going Megan Fox.
That's not solely the Ninja Turtles by bringing them into the quote-unquote doomsday from Batman versus Superman.
If they look like an ugly turtle.
They do.
Well, they do, but that shit's still more credible than that fucking abomination.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
they
I
just
wouldn't
call
call
that
Especially after the
thing-
second movie.
Apparently, there's not going to be a third.
Yeah, I just
There
saw
will
that
be.
today.
There will be. They're saying that, and then they'll be like, "Oh, we
How much
sold
did
a
it
lot
for?
of. Probably should make another one."
I think
We
what
need
kind
more
of
money.
killed the movie and stuff is because apparently the toys for the second movie were only available at Walmart.
Well, that's
Uh,
dumb.
That's just
Yeah.
like putting a noose around your merc budget or merch. I'm sorry, not merch, and just killing it.
Like you can find it on like on toy stores now and stuff, just like on online toy stores. Just like, yeah, but if you wanted to kind of sell more toys, you could have had them in the things with long. Because like, oh, the movie, kids will want to definitely see this. It's like Transformers, like every year or so. Hey, look, Transformers, let's go see it, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, Logan does.
I'm trying to teach my son to have better standards, but I don't think it works. We watch just Power Ranger Samurai on the iPad, on my town, Wii U when I'm not around.
Now I gotta go burn the system. Thanks a lot, kid.
Let me put a little quick tidbit for you, Isamu. Let me tell you what happened with me and my son recently. Just this is a family show. Talk about ourselves for a minute. I asked Logan if he'd ever watched the Godzilla movie. He enthusiastically said, "Yeah, Daddy, I've seen Godzilla." And I was like, "Cool. Which one did you watch?" Oh, you know where this is going. I was like, "Cool, buddy. Which one did you watch? Mechagodzilla, King Ghidorah, Destroyer, maybe. What'd you watch, buddy?" Well, let me go show it to you. And I dropped him off at his mom's house. He ran up there and got it. It was Godzilla 1998.
The one with Matthew Broderick in it.
Yeah, that's a lot of fish.
Oh damn! This is off topic, but
Like we've ever been on
apparently
topic.
Yeah.
apparently the Final Fantasy 15 demo might cause your PS4 to overheat.
It didn't on mine.
It's a good thing I
they
don't
have
have
a
one.
15 demo out?
I must be getting tired. I did not hear PS4 there when you said that.
Oh, I'm like,
I did.
Uh,
Did they release a new one, or is this the one that's been out for a while?
Oh, it's apparently only affecting Indonesia.
No, well, I'm fine.
They can afford
Yeah.
PlayStation 4s?
In some places,
know.
yeah.
I'm sure not everyone in the country is like, so we can't afford PS4.
It's like the king of fucking Indonesia is like, well, I'm going to play my PS4 and then it fucking explodes.
Great, now you can have more people PMing the fan page in angry Indonesian.
I think we already get enough of that as it is, but
I mean,
I'm going to have to deal with this.
yep, have fun with that. Mr. Page Leader,
Oh, God.
Red Ranger.
We'll give out the personal email address. You can just any complaints can go right here. And
yeah, I think we're done talking about the next wave now.
I don't mind.
Well,
I
once we
mean,
start talking about the DC live-action TV shows, I think we've gotten enough tangents away.
So, should we just move on to final thoughts, or just?
Yeah, final thought.
go fucking read this comic or else.
At maximum, you're going to pay $20 for a book that is damn worth it. I need more people to talk about this with. Make Marvel know that there is a small amount of people that want to see this done. Even if they do like a quick Marvel Now run of it online, I would still read.
Oh yeah,
But-
I definitely would read it. I mean, it's so bizarre and I love it. And I just
Hey, if possible, if there is actually enough people to actually be reading this and see and it grabs Marvel's attention of, hey, a lot of people like this next wave stuff. Maybe we can make this into either a movie or adult TV series for the first ever superhero licensed TV show.
I see the biggest thing that could come out of this is maybe an Adult Swim type show.
I would watch it.
I watch the shit out of it. I don't see this getting popular enough. to get a movie, and I hate it.
You probably run into some licensing issues on it because you're crossing from X-Men into what's owned by non-X-Men. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have stuff that's probably owned by Fox and stuff that's still discovered by Marvel.
Yeah, especially with Tabby.
They can just pull the old name game and switch the names
you can do like what they did with Jessica Jones and remove all the X-Men out of it. But
like they did with Negasonic and Deadpool.
Yeah. Ooh, that actually could work. A Netflix miniseries on
Next Wave.
Next Wave.
Like, let them write something extremely funny for once instead of just things that are tangentially funny.
Yeah. I mean, you'd probably have to convince Warren Ellis to let you make it too, because he'd be a bit of a grouchy bastard about it. But
most likely it would show up on one of the on the series that are already going, and they'll make its own season if people are popular enough. It happened with Luke Cage. It happened with Jessica Jones. It happened with The Punisher.
Well, those were all played out too. But can you imagine?
I mean, it made Jessica Jones relevant again. I mean, she hasn't been really relevant since Civil War.
Can you imagine Netflix Daredevil meeting Machine Man and just trying to wrap his head around what the fuck he's dealing with?
First, you would have to see him with his radar vision.
I was about to say, would he be able to see him without, his pulse or his breath?
I'll probably hear the footsteps.
That would be
like
definitely more
machine
mechanical.
Processors is like, dude, I don't think you're alive. He's like, no, Fleshy, when I'm not.
Also, do you have any alcohol on you?
They just both grab a beer and go over at Luke Cage's bar.
No, that's burnt to the ground. That's gone.
Oh.
And he's been in Harlem, so he's not rebuilding that one, probably.
They can retcon it. They can retcon it.
No, what's the bar from Daredevil now? No, I'm blanking on it.
Jody's,
thank you. I was trying to think of the name of it, yeah.
The one they drink after.
Or just have a giant tab.
Yeah.
So, any other final thoughts?
Not that I can really think of.
What about you, Andy?
I kind of agree with you guys said. It was a fun read. It was a quick read, but it was a nice diversion from the stresses of life for a little while. I got a few chuckles out of it. Oh, I liked Machine Man and the Captain. I liked the Captain more, but Machine Man had some good moments.
I want the Captain to exist beyond this time.
I mean, yes. I mean, his origin story. Oh, we didn't talk about that. The fact that he was drunk, aliens came down, gave him superpowers, he beat the shit out of them, and also threw up on them.
So did he kill them, or did he just beat them up?
I think he did both.
He might have killed him by accident.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Because you see him on the ground, and that's it. So I'm assuming they're dead.
He probably killed him with his human illnesses, because he did throw up on him.
And I would see that as a viable thing.
And you, Rob, you've been secretly reading this the entire time.
No, I have not. Not the whole time. I stopped a while ago, and especially after my computer crashed and that. But
it's a comic, I can tell you that.
It's good. I mean, the limited I got to read of it, I did enjoy of it. A couple times, I found myself thinking, okay, it was almost like, okay. Here's what I was getting at. Like, whenever I was reading, and keeping in mind that I only got through 3.5, 4 issues of it, and I know there's 12 or 13?
12.
12, okay. So, my whole thought on it is like, they couldn't... It felt like I couldn't see this existing within the continuity of Marvel, 616 or whatever universe it was. And then at the same stretch, they didn't make it. They made enough references to things that happened in it that I'm like, okay, it's supposed to exist in this. But it was a good read. I mean, it was funny as heck. I mean, I felt myself thinking a little bit too much of Deadpool, but I would definitely go for it because it's. I mean, if you were gonna buy the trade paperback, what you said you spent $20 on it.
I spent 15 like 2
Okay,
years.
I've spent more for worse books.
Yeah.
So. That's my whole thing. I've spent a lot more for books that I didn't find funny or amusing. But like in the same stretch, I was like, but it's Warren Ellis. He's a good writer. I enjoy his stuff a lot. So I think that's part of why they kept it within continuity. At least they tried to. A couple times I saw that, but I would definitely. I'm going to go back and finish it. It didn't drive me away from it.
The actual continuity thing is iffy because other books have referenced what's happened in Next Wave, and other books have directly gone in opposition to what it is. So there's no clear-cut thing on whether this happened or not.
Yeah, which is about right for any Marvel comic. They always. I mean, I think that to its plus and denial, sometimes they need to kind of shore up their continuity when they write things.
Continuity is up to who's writing when and what's beneficial to the company at the time.
You know what I think would be fun for another comic to kind of deal about something like this? Spider-Verse.
Maybe, yeah.
You mean where they actually made the giant mecha cannon?
Yes.
Leopardon, yes.
Where the Superior Spider-Man rebuilt it.
But that's my
thought. Also, host is Twinkie Spider-Man.
Didn't it actually do newspaper strip Spider-Man too?
Yes, I think so. They kind of killed off all the unimportant Spider-Men.
Yeah.
Like Hostess Twinkie Spider-Man.
Not Hostess Fruit Pies.
No, he specifically sells Twinkies.
Oh. Not Hostess Fruit Pies? But he can stop the world, but he can stop all the villains with those.
Yeah, but they don't.
I'm not kidding with that Hostess Fruit Pie. They actually stopped Dr. Doom with one.
Work.
Damn, there's not going to be a Kamen Rider X8 episode next week.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
I am loving X8.
I guess we should end it here.
Oh, yeah.
This has been the Writers of the Lost Zord's podcast on Next Wave, Agents of Hate. I'm Shigeru Joe.
I'm Nani-chan.
No son.
I'm Isamu.
I'm Andy, and any Indonesian fans can send their complaints to idon'tgiveafuck@gmail.com.
Have a good night, everyone.
We kind of love and hate you at the same time. Goodbye.